We humans have a big advantage over animals. We can talk, we have a big thumb for like, and we are smarter than animals, but let's see how animals view this world. The brain of bees weighs less than a milligram. However, these are animals of extraordinary complexity. Some species, such as the famous honeybee, have excellent navigation systems, powerful memories, and complex social structures. In their large societies, they display a wide repertoire of behaviors, including a unique system of communication. A distinctive feature of the vision of a bee is its ability to distinguish only a few shades of the spectrum, namely, yellow, blue-green, and blue-violet. Red does not exist for bees, they see it in the same way as black. Orange and green colors are visible to the bee as faint shades of yellow. An interesting
находится
fact is that
несколько
plants
тысяч
with pure red
микроглаз, которые
inflorescences are
называются
practically not found
аматидии,
in our
причем
area.
каждый из аматидиев
Most of what
играет
appear
роль
to be red
самостоятельного
actually have
индивидуального
purple hues in
глаза.
their color
Аматидии
spectrum.
смотрят в разные направления, в
example is the
результате чего
seemingly
у пчел
pure
более
red
широкий
poppy
угол
flower.
обзора, чем у людей.
The common fly has amazing, unusual eyes. For the first time, people could look at a meep through the eyes of an insect in 1918 thanks to the German scientist Exner. Echner proved the presence of an unusual mosaic pattern in insects. On photographed the window through the beveled eye of a firefly placed on a microscope glass. In the photograph, one could see the image of the window binding, and behind it the Pakplavchati outlines of the cathedral. The compound eyes of a fly are called faceted. They consist of many thousands of tiny, separate hexagonal eyes facets, called ommatidia. Each ommatidium consists of a lens and a long transparent crystalline cone adjoining it. In insects, the facet eye can have from 5,000 to 25,000 facets. The eye of a housefly consists of 4,000 facets. The visual acuity of the fly is low, it sees 100 times worse than a human. It is interesting that in insects the visual acuity depends on the number of facets in the eye. Each facet perceives only a part of the image. The parts are folded into one picture, and the fly sees a mosaic picture of the surrounding world.
Признаки жизни в траве, он мгновенно готов к атаке. Немного в природе можно встретить таких самоотверженных и Мадагаскар. Это основные места их жительства. Птицам комфортнее всего в лесистых местах с негустыми, встречается замысловатыми звуками. Это особь, его крепкие когти и огромные крылья с размахом не менее метра не дают жертве ни единого шанса на спасение. При движении ястреба его сердце бьется намного быстрее. Глазам несложно определить местоположение жертвы. Все остальное – дело тех. Даже при небольших размерах это птица, олицетворяющая силу и мощь. Средний вес очень быстро срываться с места и также быстро приземляться. Такие умения помогают ястребам отлично. Понравился ролик? Ставь лайк и подписывайся на канал. До новых встреч!
Then the bird will easily be able to see what kind of object it is. Most of the potential prey of hawks are colored, different from the general nature of the color, so they see the prey clearly. Swedish biologists managed to identify the ability to perceive color contrasts, who, after their research, established a pattern between the sharpness of hawk vision and a clear vision of the desired objects from a bird's eye view. Lizards, like most other animals, have 6 senses. The olfactory organ is quite well developed, which is expressed by the internal nostrils, choanas and vomeronasal organ. Choans are located close enough to the pharynx, which distinguishes the respiratory system of reptiles from amphibians. Due to these features, lizards can breathe by absorbing food. Thanks to the subtle sense of smell, animals find food, which is located in the sand at a depth of 5 to 8 centimeters. The organ of taste is presented in the form of taste buds, which are usually located in the pharynx. Lizards have a keen sense of touch, which allows them to react quickly in dangerous situations. Due to this sense, the ability to drop the tail is always applied in a timely manner. How do lizards see? The organs of vision are the eyes, the structure of which is particularly intricate. In the sclera itself there is a ring consisting of thin plates, bone. The back wall of the eyeball is covered with an outgrowth in the form of a comb, protruding into the vitreous body. The ciliary body is distinguished by well-developed striated muscles, with the help of which the lens not only moves, but also changes in shape. This helps to focus in the process of accommodation. The organs of vision of the lizard are well adapted to work on land. The lacrimal glands prevent the eyeballs from drying out, and the outer eyelids and nictitating membrane protect them from damage. Often the eyes of a lizard are covered with a transparent shell, which is the result of fused eyelids. The retina of the eye includes not only rods, but also cones, although the latter are less common. Basically, all diurnal lizards see the world in yellow-orange hues. As for the organ of hearing, in lizards it consists of an inner and middle ear, equipped with a tympanic membrane, an auditory ossicle, the stirrup and the eustachian tube. Hearing does not play a big role in the life of reptiles, including lizards. Animals perceive sounds heard in the range of 20 to 6,000 Hz. The vision of cats is considered to be the standard among all animals and surpasses human vision in some parameters. Cats can see perfectly in the dark, which helps predatory animals to keep track of prey at night. How good eyesight cats have, whether they distinguish shades of colors, and why cat eyes glow, read in this article. The eyes of cats are quite large in relation to the size of the body and can be round, slanting or almond-shaped in shape. The location of the eyes gives them the ability to look in one direction. From each eye, the cat's brain receives its own visual information, and as a result a single picture is formed. Cats, like humans, have binocular vision. The rest of the cat's vision has significant differences from the vision of humans. The eyes of these animals are distinguished by an interesting structure, which, in turn, explains the additional useful possibilities of vision. Let's talk about this in more detail. Cats see about 10 times better than humans. These animals are able to notice objects as far as 500 meters away and see details at a distance of up to 60 meters. Cats are naturally predatory, so their eyes are better at seeing objects that move horizontally. Static objects may not even be of interest to them. This saves the life of rodents who, at the sight of a cat, pretend to be dead. Features of the vision of dogs. The main sense organs of dogs are smell and hearing. Vision provides only 30% of information about the world around us. For comparison, a person receives 90% of information about objects with the help of visual receptors. The structure of the dog's eye is different from the human one. They do not have a yellow spot, which is responsible for visual acuity. Canine representatives do not see objects clearly. The picture is blurry. For tetrapods, farsightedness of a weak degree is characteristic. Everything that is closer than 50 centimeters from the dog's nose is perceived as a blurry spot. If you wave to the dog, he will see you at a distance of 1.5 kilometers. At the same time, a dog may not notice a stationary object at a distance of 600 meters. The ability to spot moving objects at a distance helps predators hunt in the wild. Not surprisingly, many dogs react sharply to a passing bird. The dog world is not black and white at all, it's a myth. In reality, the perception of the dog's world is more picturesque than a picture from a black and white film of the 50s. The color perception of a dog is not as developed as that of a person, and is somewhat similar to color-blind vision. There are no cones that perceive red. Canines do not distinguish between red and green and can confuse both of these colors with yellow or orange. A pet may lose his beloved yellow ball if he rolls onto a green lawn. Yellow and green will merge into one. The dog will not confuse the blue ball with anything. It is curious that the dog perceives the red hair of a congener as green, but distinguishes it from other colors by shade. This is the end of our video. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the most interesting information about animals.